Okay, just a quick update this weekend. I've spent most of my weekend up and down ladders and done the one job I've been putting off for a long time, which is cutting in insulation. It's taken forever going up and down ladders, but it's done and the shop is virtually ready for the winter. All I need to do is install a radiator, which I can do from the inside or use electric for now. So this winter should be a much easier place for me to work. Okay, welcome to the Sunday shop update. A real quick one this week. Bessey have released some new K Body clamps, version 2. I've only ever bought 4 of these because they're quite expensive. I spotted that ITS in England had a deal with 4 of these and 4 new clamps for around about £170, I think. So let me just show you what's new. So first of all, the main difference is the new clamp is a stronger pressure clamp. Now I'm not sure I can really tell the difference because the old one was pretty strong. Now I had a job recently where I needed to glue up quite a tall corner, and I found with the pipe clamps I was just getting a bit of twist. So I started using these and they weren't long enough. I went over to my Dakota versions and they weren't long enough, 800s. So I've ended up buying some meter clamps, and that's when I realised that they're a new clamp. Now what I'll show you which is different, which is really good, is how easy the new ones move. They just move. They're a bit more fussy. These new ones move much easier. And then the toughest of all to move is the Dakota. Can be good, can be a bit fussy, but I know people have asked about that. I've seen that online. These are definitely smoother and easier to use. The other cool thing on the new clamp is you can see there's an Allen key socket there, and you can really crank it way beyond this. Maximum 17 newton meters, 17 newton meters on that. So pretty strong. I felt quite good that I've only ever bought 4, because I think as I start adding to this collection, at least I'm going to have the new ones. So that was really good. So what I'll say about that is it's just easier to move, and you can crank it if you want with an Allen key, in case you guys haven't spotted this come. And then the one that I'm really excited about, or most excited about, is, and I didn't realise this had come out either, this is another K Body clamp. The difference is the end also moves. So if we press this button, we can move the end down. So that is pretty cool. So that, one of the reasons that I don't like using these excessive lengths is that you get this bit sticking right out. This section here, as you're working, will be sticking right out if you're working on small stuff. Now with this one, you can obviously centre it and lose it over the table. So for not any more money, you can now choose to have those. So I think that's a pretty good little upgrade. And then what sort of led me to going with these new K Body clamps, what the sort of sale was that they gave you, made in Germany, they gave you as a bundle, this is ITS in the UK, you get 4 of these clamps and 4 of the regular new K Bodies here, Revos. You get 4 of those for about 170, as I said. I'll put a link in the description. I also picked up for the first time, don't know if anybody's used them, again it was for an awkward glue up job, these little adjusters here. Now they don't fit on the Dakota, so if you've got those you can't use them, but they do fit on the old clamps and the new ones. And I've got to be honest, these are excellent for really holding a pressure across the joint. So I've found these to be brilliant, and I think these were about £9 for a pair. But again, I'll put a link in the description. So just a quick one this week, and then the other thing, I've got another version 2 clamp. Let's go into the other shop. New version 2 if you like, Rui. Now, you know how much I love their stuff. This is their connector for using it on MFT style system, where you push that down. There's a little adjuster in case your holes change. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. That is their old system. Their new system is a crankable. So it has a socket which you can lift up and then put more pressure. And as you can see, it's like that, adjusting and bolting. So the good thing about that is you can get masses of pressure on that now. I mean, you can lift this up and really crank it down. And where that comes in useful is if you're clamping in a hole that's got a bit bigger, for instance, because over time they do, or if you're just putting a lot of load on. Sometimes I've found that they are really, really solid, but you can see I can just move that a little bit, and that's quite hard. Now with this one, there's no chance I cannot move it because I can really crank down on that nut. So that's a great update from Rui. Really pleased with that. Okay, well that's it for this week's Sunday Shop update. Next week's going to be on routers and the new router I've bought, and also router templates I've been making. So thanks as always so much for watching. Thanks for all my supporters. I'll see you on the next one.